The purpose of YESA is to provide an educational resource for young professionals that the business schools just aren't providing. YESA stands for Young Entrepreneurs Sales Academy. It also stands for Yes Acquisitions. It also stands for Yes Academy. We help young professionals learn how to get yeses. I've been doing sales since I was 11 years old. I started in door-to-door competitively when I was 19, and I found that this path of door-to-door was a great development tool for myself. I was competing in door-to-door sales competitions nationally at the age of 19, and at the age of 21, in Canada's largest door-to-door company at the time, I was ranking third nationally across that business. From this study path, I quickly advanced through that door-to-door company, through that outbound sales business. I started as a sales rep, became a sales manager, became an executive, and they actually gave me the position of turning around broken sales location. And that was at the age of 22, 23. I was leading groups of, 40, 50, 60 people. During that time, I trained a lot of salespeople, and those salespeople moved into other companies, and word spread quickly about, my skill set and who I was. And soon enough, at the age of 23, I got a phone call from a billion-dollar company in British Columbia. The company was called Ledcor. They're a giant construction company, and they were building the fiber optic networks for TELUS in British Columbia and Alberta. By 2017, that business was doing over $100 million a year in sales for TELUS. We had 250 sales reps. It was a booming and well-oiled machine. And I decided that this was now the time for me to transition out and start my own company. I flew down to Miami. I met with Grant Cardone, who is a business tycoon. Totally bombed the meeting. First time I met him, I totally screwed up and embarrassed myself. And luckily enough, his president and right hand, Jared Gallant, gave me a second opportunity to meet with Grant, and they gave me the exclusive franchise rights for Grant Cardone Canada. And I bought that franchise and opened that business, which now brings us back to the condo. We're at my old condo. This is the place that I lived in 2017. We started Grant Cardone Canada here. So this is where I lived. And this is where we operated the business. This was both my condo and my office. On day one of us starting and incorporating our new business, my business partner at the time decided to back out of the opportunity and go back to Ledcor. And with him, he took half of our capital. We moved out of the condo within about 4 months into this tiny little box office. It was a little shared rental space. Within a year, we had enough money to have our own custom office built in British Columbia. Moved into that office with no furniture or anything, and we kept making the phone calls. We grew the team. Then I decided, we need to think bigger with this business and this opportunity. And we ended up partnering with a door-to-door company out here. So I said, let me look at your business. So I went in as a consultant to look at this door-to-door team, and it was a complete disaster. So I said, hey, listen, I can't refund you on this training contract, but what I can do is to let me put my own leader in place. So we got a project in Hamilton, Ontario to run a door-to-door team. And that's really where YESA Ontario began. At the end of year 2, I just started getting sick. I was in the hospital and they diagnosed me with Crohn's disease and a severe ulcerative colitis, possibly Crohn's, based on how much weight I was losing. And I ended up being in the hospital for 10 days. Well, I'm obviously a stubborn European guy, and that was against my core beliefs in the sense of I believe that every problem has a solution. I had checked myself out of the hospital after about 10 days because I wasn't getting any better, and I got off the medication, and I was on this plant-based diet for a while, and anytime I tried to stray from that diet, though, I would relapse. I'm like, okay, well, this is not a cure. So I continued on that field of study. By the way, at the same time, my business is still running. So my team, luckily, our sales training worked because they were studying the sales training for those 2 years. Then when the torch got passed to them, the leader and the closer was no longer around, they continued to sell. And the sales didn't fall off. We were still maintaining $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month in sales. So that allowed me to take some time to recover. And I was off for about 3.5, 4 months. And I ended up researching stem cell therapy, get stem cells in Panama in the fall of 2019. And boom, it was a shot in the arm and I go back to work full time. At this moment, we were running a door-to-door company out here, partnered with another door-to-door company. And when I was talking to the financiers, they said, well, what's the risk? I'm like, there's no risk. I've been running door-to-door for a decade. I've never seen door-to-door go down. When the economy goes down, door-to-door goes up because our recruitment talent improves. I've never seen door-to-door go down. And in March 2020, this little thing, this little flu ends up, rearing its head, and, we get shut down. So we proceed to go through this COVID thing. Business is shut down, and I get sick again. During the COVID time, I have an idea. I got 40 idle sales guys. What's an industry that's not shut down? Personal protective equipment. And overnight, I throw my whole marketing team, all my salespeople at this new opportunity, and we end up selling $250 million worth of product. Now the margins, I know that sounds crazy, but really multiply, $200 million in sales. It was more like $2 million in sales. But to do that in a 2-month period was crazy. However, the person I had partnered up with was not able to fulfill on most of that. And again, I'm left with a business that I can't continue to run, and I pull the plug on it. Yeah, it was a year of many lessons. In September 2020, we reopened the door-to-door team, and instead of having 45 guys, we started with 5. And we start rebuilding the Grant Cardone clients. By December of 2020, we're making money, and all of a sudden, Doug Ford comes out and he announces that they're gonna lock the province down again. They reopen in February, they lock us down again in April. And from June 2021, it's been upward and onward. We grew the business from doing, I think we did $4.5 or $5 million in 2021. We grew the business to a $30 million company. From there, we kept reinvesting in the business, and this is when we started developing the curriculum. We started developing education for the sales reps. We created sports in sales. So we created a sales season. So we rolled out the NSL, the National Sales League, the Ultimate Sales Championship, and Sales One. And we rolled out this full gamification of our business where we created competitive provincial competitions for all of our salespeople to participate in, coinciding with training programs that were unparalleled in the industry, and we went all in on the business. In February of 2023, I made a decision to sell our other company, and we moved our head offices and 6 of our executives from beautiful British Columbia. We moved them all to Burlington, Ontario.
Toho mode.
Because it's a what? It's a rig, baby.
Can you hear me? Over. Rubber ducky over.
Yeah, we're getting shaken up over here. Feels like we're doing whoops on a dirt bike over.
And we did this crazy road trip. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I thought it would be a good idea if we all rented a Winnebago. In the midst of this crazy company growth, the CEO thinks it's a great idea if we do a team building exercise and we all drive a couple of Winnebagos across the country, and we're going to move that way instead of taking a plane.
I say we hit another dirt road today.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. That's the history of YESA. So we have this crazy company. We started it from a cold calling sales training business from a tiny little condo. We've grown to 130 staff. We've now developed the only sales curriculum with a real world sales placement and a graduation process. We're the only business that does that. We're really excited about what we've done with YESA, and the future is bright. The future is going to be more opportunity on the Cogeco side. We're very, very privileged to have such a great partner in Cogeco. They've created a great opportunity for us. We're going to be rolling out some other product lines and services that we're really excited about. We're going to be rolling out our online university, our sales university, and our own training university for the public. And very shortly, we're going to be rolling out a new product line where we're going to be helping fortify homes in Canada. And that's a whole other discussion that we're not going to get into today, but there's a very exciting product line that we're rolling out that will help Canadians feel more safe in their homes. It's not home security, it's home fortification. Our ultimate goal is to create an education that you can't get anywhere else and to create an academy of winners.
We're about to go see my new whip.
Yeah, like that was my dream.
To make as much money as I possibly can.
Pretty much now, man, I don't see money as a problem.
I'm making
$6,000,
$8,000, $12,000,
10 to 14.
over $16,000 in 1 month.
May 2023 to May 2024 was 224 grand.
Literally just going up and up and up. They exceeded my expectations.
my paycheck. It follows everything. I really don't care about the money. I care about winning.
And now I'm, credit cards at zero. YESA has taught me so much about selling.
I absolutely love the place, the culture, the work, everything about it.
To be great, to make the money, to get the skills,
Doing a lot better.
I want to help other people.
Building on these skill sets.
to make anybody that wants to be great, great.
Be surrounded by people who want to win.
Best people that have ever been in the company. It was good to learn from everybody.
But then there is a reason why I won the most improved salesperson.
Just kept doing the right things consistently, continuously.
I'm excelling, and I love it.
No, I got to keep that momentum.
That's what I want to do. I'm going to do it.
As you've seen, the history of YESA is a storied one. We faced obstacles, we faced trials and tribulations, we faced difficulties, we faced shutdown after shutdown, but still, we've come out ahead. And there's one reason for that, and the main reason is we're committed to a purpose. And that purpose is helping educate, develop, train, and build a society of winners. And in order to do that, we've had to focus on the youth of today, because that is what's going to change this country, and that's what's going to change the world, educating the new generation. And that is a commitment that YESA was born in, and is a commitment that YESA continues to operate in. And it's a huge reason why we've decided to partner with Dare to Be Youth, because their vision is similar. They want to empower, train, develop, and educate the youth of today. And that's why we felt it so important to work with them, why we felt so important to help them in their journey, because together is how we change things. Together is how we get this country back on track, and together is how we transform not only society, but the youth, and build the business leaders, the sales leaders of tomorrow. So on behalf of everyone at YESA, we thank you for being here, we thank you for your contribution, and we thank you for making an impact on today's youth.